Hello and welcome everyone, my name is Madals, and well, this is another StarCraft 2 England cast, and today guys, I've got a ladder match. It's between Capoch, who is the red Protoss player in the top left, and in the lower left, we have Dignitas's JRecco, who is of course amazing. He is the up-and-coming star of the English StarCraft 2 scene, and well, I'll talk a little bit more about him in a moment, but first let's talk about the map. Well, obviously it's going to be a ZvP. The map is in Tomb Valley, and they are in the vertical spawn positions, which means that, well, there's lots of cool things the Protoss player can do. For a start, pylons here mean that this rush distance is tiny. You can also utilize this cliff hugely, and obviously the natural base is quite difficult to hold just due to the fact that obviously it's a wide open ramp. You've got all of this space here which can be utilized. But the third base for Recco, that's going to be looking quite good because he's expanding away from his opponent, which makes things a little bit better. On Capoch's side though, obviously he's going to go for a fast expansion by this pylon here. It's a bit of an awkward map to actually fast expand onto because you've got this kind of weird wall off direction, and you can wall off sideways along there, you can wall off in various ways, but obviously it's one of the more peculiar maps just because the natural base is sort of off to the side, and that can add some cool things. So anyway, let's talk a little bit about Mr. Recco here. Well, probably the biggest thing he's done of late was, of course, at Multiplay's I-46, which of course was the tournament I cast. It's the UK's biggest gaming event, and yeah, Mr. Recco here, he took first place in 4-1 against Dignitas's Bling, his teammate, and that was a pretty fun series to cast. It was awesome, and since then he's really been doing incredibly well. I mean, other big things is obviously the WCS UK Nationals. He came in third place, getting 2-1 by Muslim, but basically this guy, he's amazing. He's only 16, I believe, and yeah, he's absolutely incredible. Now, obviously, looking here, Recco, he went for standard pool, then had you got this probe coming out to scout. Now, because it's going down into the very corner, proxy pylons are coming down. Ooh, Recco, he should be able to pick this up. Obviously, this is just a prime example of whenever you're playing against Protoss, make sure you just scout around your own base, because they can drop down proxy pylons, which can add a lot of problems later on into the game. Cannon rushes are going to be the big threat. This was a forge first, so will we see a cannon rush? Well, it looks like we're going to. The cannon's going down. Now, will Recco spot this? This Overlord, I don't think it's quite going to pick it up. It's not going to go over far enough. That is a bit of a problem there, but, well, this is going to get very, very close very, very quickly. Obviously, these cannons have got a long way to go, but they are going to shut down this mineral line pretty hard, to be honest. There's going to be a tough time there. This probe coming in as well. Is he going to try and drop down a second pylon to go for even more aggressive play? We may see the cannon go down on the low ground. We do. Now, that should give away now to Recco if he does go and scout that exactly what's going on, but I don't know if he's even noticed that yet. No, he hasn't, but he will as soon as that drone comes over, and there's the hatchery finish. He sees the cannon, and now it should be all systems go. Will he try and pull any probes? Will he just use the Zerglings? We'll wait and see what he plans to do, but for the moment he's just moving over. But of course that cannon on the high ground is going to be exceptionally difficult to deal with. Now, Recco's doing exactly the right thing here. He's chucking down a spine crawler straight away. That's going to help him deal with this. He's also keeping an eye on what's going on top. He's got that Overlord just coming over just to see precisely what's there. Getting a second spine crawler. The important thing to do in this situation is do not rush, do not panic, because to be honest, you're not going to die too quickly. You don't want to lose drones like that though. Now, obviously, the Queens are going to play an important part in this because they have good damage. A third cannon on its way down. We are going to see that single probe trying to get picked off, because of course that probe is the big threat. Once that's gone, you know you've got no more cannons coming in. We've still got these Zerglings just kind of poking and prodding, seeing what's going down there. Looking up in Capoch's base though, we do just see that, well, he's got a gateway coming down. He's really just chrono boosting out some more probes. Everything's fine. He's transferring some probes. The double spine crawler is now finished for Recco, so he should move them forward with the Queens as well. So here we go. The Queens are going to soak up some of the damage. Great positioning, moving the spine crawlers to the side, so they're only engaging one of the cannons at a time. Probably the best thing he could be doing. And, well, we should see a bit of engagement here. That back spine crawler, unfortunately, not in range, and we've got one getting very, very low on health there. That does fall, unfortunately, which is not what you want to be doing. That wasn't quite ideal, but that second spine crawler in already. We do have one more queen in production, which, again, is perfect. In some ways, it'd be good to get more queens out, but as you can see, Recco is going to be able to pick off that cannon with the spine crawler, and now he's really in a bit of a safer spot, but another cannon coming down. And what really Capoch's doing here is closing down this mineral line intensely, but good good news for Rico is he does have his third base up, so he's not going to get too far behind. He's still got the production capability. If we look at the worker count at the moment, it's 37 to 31 in the Protoss' favour, which isn't a huge thing at this stage of the game. We've got the Rotron coming down as well as the double gas. Now, Roaches really shut down cannon rushes hard. The real thing to note though is this probe is set up, which is a bit of a pain, but as you can see, Rico just ignoring this base for the moment, and just really going to put up with having some cannons in the side there, which a lot of Zerg players do panic about. Is if you get cannons in your base, or really any race, panic about it. You don't need to panic, just play nice and safe. Now, as you can see here, we do have that spine crawler moving forward. It doesn't want to take too many hits. It's very low on health, which is obviously not something that you want going on. But just putting it here, preventing any cannons coming down any closer. So really, as you can see, Rico, he's getting some roaches out, and we'll finish off those cannons soon. But for the moment, Capoch, he's exactly where he wants to be. He's getting up his robotic facilities, got the double cannon down, and some of you may be thinking, why is there a double cannon at the natural base? He's the aggressor. Well, because a big way to deal with cannon rushes, you can just counter-attack really, really hard. So that double cannon is just keeping Protoss players safe in this situation. We do, of course, have the +1 Protoss ground weapons on their way down. Obviously, the robotic facility is the tech. We've got all 4 gas down. The Rico, he's got 3 gas at the moment, but this natural base still isn't mining, which could cause a problem. He does have, well, about 9 workers left at the moment. But now with these roaches out, he's going to push through this, and he should be able to start really, really powering those drones up, which is exactly what he needs to be doing. So, really, Rico, he's going to come back into this now. He should be pretty much fine. He's got the queens at each base. All of those cannons cleaned up now. We should see a big drone wave, which is exactly what we're going to see there. That will put him ahead in terms of the worker count now. First Immortal on its way out. We've got 2 sentries and a Zealot as well on the field. No other forward pylons at the moment, though. That's the only real problem in Capoch's play. But what's he going to follow up with? We've got 3 more gateways on the way. That'll take him up to 4 gates. He's nearly finished up with that warp gate tech. Lair on the way down for Rico as well. He's getting down his Zergling speed. He's still droning heavily, which is exactly what he needs to be doing. May start to think about getting a couple more gases soon. He's still only on the 3. Looking here though, he's getting his Evo chamber up. He's really doing everything, getting back into the normal flow of things. Obviously these roaches just being used to clear out the rocks to make defense a little bit easier there. There's the 4th gas there for Rico, taking 1 at each base. I like that, that's good. The Twilight Council coming down for Protoss player, and also taking his 3rd base. And this is really where danger starts coming in, because obviously a 3-base Protoss, incredibly strong against pretty much everything, and it can become very difficult for Zerg players to deal with a 3-base Protoss, especially when they haven't had the best economic start they want. But Rico has now finally pulled ahead in terms of the working count. That Overlord scouting an awful lot of stuff, sees really what's coming down. Did see the Twilight Council, didn't see the Twilight Council. Oh, I thought that Overlord had spotted it, so obviously that's going to be a bit of a shy away, but obviously this is looking a lot like a 3 Immortal Sentry push could be coming in, so that again is a bit of threat. We've got the 4th Immortal on its way. The 4th base coming out from Rico, so he does know that this base is coming down, which is obviously very, very important. He's got Spine Crawler at the front helping with his defense. He's got all 6 of his gas up now. His macro hatch nearly finished. He's got the 2nd Evolution Chamber coming down. The +1 Carapace coming down as well now. So everything really starting to level out. Rico now really starting to go up to the worker count that he would want, but obviously this is a very, very dangerous force. If we look at the army supply, it's pretty much equal, but Rico still being forced to build an awful lot of drones. He's got 3 more gateways just coming into the mix now. Looking around, there's not really much more in the tech side of things. That Twilight Council out purely to get the 2-2 upgrades, so I'm surprised there's no Blink out yet, because that's usually a staple. We do have the Warp Prism coming in, so this is really looking like it's gearing up to be a push. The Observer gonna come over and just get a quick look. Creep spread, really nice. That's because obviously there's a queen there purely for spreading creep at the moment, which just helps no end to get better map awareness, better vision, better engagements due to the speed advantage, etc. Now, obviously we'd like to see a queen on the macro hatch as well. That's just, again, a little thing which you can do just to get maximum lava production. Pathogen Glands on its way down, 14 roaches, so it looks like Rico's going to go for a push right now, and there is a Zealot warping in just in time. All of the Protoss force was out of position for a split second though, and that is going to really just hold off this game for the time being. Looking here, Rico, he is pulling back, wasting a couple of force fields there from the Protoss player, which is always good. The more force fields you waste that aren't really super useful, the better. That Warp Prism, though, is going to allow for very, very quick reinforcements. We do, of course, have the Observer just keeping an eye on the edge of creep, what's going on. We do have Rico trying to be aggressive, trying to keep the Protoss player pinned back for the moment, and Capoch is really looking like he's not going to tech up any higher. I mean, the one thing I'm really noticing is the lack of a robotics bay, and therefore the lack of the Colossi tech, but obviously that should come through at some point, but a lot of immortals to make up for that. But the trouble with that is, obviously, ReccoE is doing well in upgrades. It's 2-0 versus what's about to be 1-2 on the melee side. Lots more Zerglings coming out, and also the Infestors hitting the field. And once you start getting those Infestors, Zerg can be a lot more effective. That War Prism just sitting there, but unfortunately nothing to real deal with it at the time being. So obviously, we've just got the Protoss Force moving forward with the Observer, able to pick off some of the creep tumors, which is going to be really quite frustrating. It's going to put ReccoE under pressure. But here we go, some good fungal growth go off for the Infestors, suiciding forward a little bit, but fungal growth absolutely perfect for the time being. The Immortals are taking not enough damage, in my opinion. They are down at the back and actually able to do absolutely massive amounts of fire. And as you can see, the War Prism allowing a re-warp in, and this is not looking good for ReccoE at the moment. He's remaxing on roaches as quickly as he can. Of course, upgrade-wise, they are pretty equal, 2-0 against 1-1 on the melee and 1-0 on the roaches. So this, again, it's getting pretty close. Quite a lot of overlords getting picked off, but luckily JRecco does have enough sitting there for, well, enough supply to not get supply blocked. We do see the Zerg trying to come in from behind, but at the moment, this Protoss Force looks just so strong. Those Immortals obviously able to do so much damage to those roaches. I mean, as you can see, they've all got a good number of kills on them, and as you can see, we've got another big engagement coming in, though. This is not the best angle for ReccoE to engage on. It is on a ramp, but for the moment he's holding the Protoss player back. He did manage to pick off one Immortal there, which is obviously going to help him hugely, but of course 7 on the field, another one just on its way over. This is going to start causing some bigger problems. The Infestors do not have much energy on them, so there's no fungal growth. 4 more are about to pop, though. This 4th base for ReccoE amazingly staying up, but there is a good fungal growth there, and that is allowing a lot of these stalks to the front to get picked off. Good attack arc. We've got some units coming in from behind as well. Johnny trying to go for a complete surround right now, and the Zerg player looks like he's just going all for nothing right now, but that Protoss Force with that many Immortals is just so strong. But for the time being, it looks like ReccoE is going to be able to hold this off. He's got reinforcements coming in as well, but the Immortals just aren't getting focused down, and that could be the absolute nail in the coffin here. Those Immortals just with so many kills, 16 kills, 17 kills, 17 kills on another one as well. So, to be honest, those Immortals are what are really causing the problems. One Infestor gets picked off as it's spawning. Now that another warp in could actually end the game right now. ReccoE, he's got these Infestors, but they're all running in straight to the Protoss army and getting picked off incredibly quickly. Fungal growths are going down, but the Infestor control could leave a little bit to be desired. And, well, drones, they're even trying to get pulled, but they're blocked in, unfortunately, by the rest of those units. And a lot of the Immortals are staying up. I mean, there's just so many kills on these Immortals right now. 24 kills on one of those there. And, well, I think that's going to be GG. And, well, ReccoE not happy with that in the slightest. But, well, cannon rushes. The cannon rush was dealt with well. It's just there was so many Immortals there. It was tough to deal with just due to the economic damage or prevention of economic gain in the start there for the Zerg player. Anyway, guys, if you did enjoy the game, please give the video a thumbs up, leave a cool comment, and of course subscribe because I get new games up daily. But most importantly, thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you again tomorrow. Bye for now.